Hey guys, and welcome back to Code&Gamology. Today we will learn how to create a ping pong cat game, learn about ways to add animation to your games, cloning using the join function, the not function, the pick random function, layers, and last but not least, loops. So let's get started. Alright, so this is the ping pong cat game we're gonna make today. The cat gets to throw the snowball around. If the snowball touches the ground, you lose, and it tells you your current score. Alright, now let's go make this game. So let's choose a sprite, as always. You can choose sprites by clicking this icon. I'm gonna choose a flying cat. Now, for our second step, let's choose a backdrop. You can choose backdrops by clicking this icon. I'm gonna choose a blue sky. Alright, now we need to choose a ball. I'll just choose the scratch ball. Okay, and now let's actually start coding. Let's start by coding our main sprite, or the cat. The cat has to catch the ball based on following our mouse pointer. How do we make the cat follow our mouse pointer? Well, we could just make it go to our mouse pointer. Let's do that. Now it goes to our mouse pointer one time, but we need to continuously go to the mouse pointer. Let's use this, the forever loop. Now the cat foreverly follows our mouse pointer. Okay, so we want this cat to stay at this Y position, but we also want it to follow our mouse pointer in that position. So we're gonna have to use this set Y2. And we're gonna set the Y to this position. So no matter where the mouse pointer goes, the cat will glide below it. Alright, and let's do this. Let's make it do this when the when start flag is clicked. Alright, we're done with the cat. We can make the cat a little animation though. So let's make the cat do things. So we can use this next costume block. The next costume block makes this cat switch between this and this, or two of its costumes. Now the cat is going crazy, so let's add a wait block. I'm gonna set this to 0.1. This will stop the cat from going too fast. It's gonna go like this. Now we want this ball to fall so that this cat can catch it. So we're gonna have to get this ball to start at the top of the screen. And the coordinates for the top of the screen has an X of 0 and a Y of 180. But what is X and Y? Well, X is where the sprite is horizontally, and Y is where the sprite is vertically. Alright, so now we have the ball starting at the top. We want this thing to do it when the when start flag is clicked. And we're gonna make it fall by using the forever and making it move 10 times, moving 10 steps. Let's put it inside. What will the ball do? The ball is moving over to that edge and then stopping. How will we ever get this ball out of this crack? Well, let's use this if on edge bounce, which causes the ball to bounce if it's touching the edge. Now the ball is moving. Could the cat catch it? Nope, it goes right through the cat. Well, then now we have to code the code for which the cat can bounce away the ball. Let's try doing that with a when start flag clicked and a forever loop. What could we put inside the forever loop? We could put the if then block. The if then block makes checks that if something is happening, then it will make something else happen. So if it is touching the cat flying, then it will bounce. But how do we make it bounce? Well, there is no if touching cat bounce block. Well, then we can use this. By simply making it turn 180 degrees, we can make it do a bounce. But 180 degrees makes it turn straightly around. It doesn't have any randomness since that happens every single time. Well, then let's add some randomness in there. Let's use the pick random command. The pick random command picks random between two given integers. So let's put this in there. And what are the two integers going to be? I'll do between 150 and 200. Now we added a speck of randomness so that the ball will turn a random amount when it touches the cat. Now it bounces. Okay, we finished the basics of this game. But now we need to add a goal. We want this to keep this ball from touching the bottom of the screen. But right now, when the ball touches the bottom of the screen, it simply bounces back. What should we do? Well, all we have to do is bite off some of this backdrop. How do we do that? Well, we should remember the color 1853-100 and simply draw a rectangle, a wide rectangle here. You can tell where the rectangle is by clicking on here. The rectangle is not currently on the screen. Now it's here, right below the cat. Now we want to make it so that when the ball touches this almost invisible rectangle, the ball should stop the game. How do we do that? Well, then let's make it one start forever and another if-then command if it's touching the ball. Then we're gonna stop all. Let's test it out. Yes, it ended the game. The cat's not moving. But you can see the ball is kind of stuck between the Sprite 1 and the backdrop. How do we fix this? Well then, we need a go to back layer command. But what are layers? Well, the screen in Scratch is divided into multiple layers. The front layer will always be visible on the screen. The layer behind the front layer will be covered partially by the front layer, and so on. Okay, so now that we know what a layer is, if we make this rectangle go to the back layer, the ball won't be stuck behind the layer. Instead, the back layer is being covered by the front layer, and the ball is in the front layer, which means the ball is blocking the rectangle partially. But you can't see that it's blocking the rectangle since the backdrop and the rectangle share the same colors, which makes it sort of invisible. Now that we can put this go-to back layer in here, we don't have any more problems. But then we realize, what is the point of the game? It doesn't tell you the score at the end. Well, we need to add the timer so that when we begin in this game, we need to reset the timer. Timer is a variable that Scratch created for us. So let's use it. Now when we first check at timer, we see that it's already here for 30 seconds. Why? Because we never reset it. Timer will start at the beginning. So now, let's put the reset timer at the very beginning of the game. But we don't need to see the timer at the beginning of the game, but yet we want to see it at the end. How do we do that? Well, we need to use this variable timer. And we also need to use the join function. What is a join function? The join function will join two values together. Join can also be joined with another join function. That's kind of confusing, isn't it? Let's try it. We're gonna need two joins. We need a join, and a join. And now we see that we're gonna join. We can start by joining the word you through the snowball around 4, and you have to put a space. Remember to put a space. If you don't put a space, then you would see a little typo error. Now we're gonna put timer in here. And then remember to put a space before you start typing, and then write seconds. Now let's see. You threw the snowball around. Every time I said snowball, please change it to ball. Alright, so now it says you threw the ball around for 127.344 seconds. 344.344, that is kind of confusing. So let's use the round function. Round function will just round the timer so that it doesn't have any decimals. Now let's make the sprite say it at the end. Alright, we're done. Now let's test this game one more time. Alright guys, so if you want to make this game as fancy as the game I showed you earlier, here's how you can do that. So first we should change our backdrops to a snow slope. And now you can see the bottom line is very visible. So let's go to our backdrops and just simply slice out the bottom. Paste it. And you can delete this and put it in. And now we can do x is 0 and the y can be -158, and you can change it a little. You can alter it a little when you feel like you can make it maybe 150 -159. Maybe it'll look a little better. Just you can move it up, feeling like moving it up is a little better. Look, it looks better at -154. You'll have to alter it, but it's about -158. Either up or down, below or above the number. Now let's add our snow. There's a snowflake sprite in Scratch. Use that. And you can make it size 5, which is barely visible. And now when you click on this, you have to ungroup it. And you're most likely going to click on this outline and see nothing in the fill. Drag this outline away. You don't want it. You can delete the outline. And now this, all you want to do is make it a bit darker, a dark snowflake. And you're going to make it when start. Forever, we're going to go to our Y is going to be guaranteed 180. Your X position, though, is a pick random. Pick random from -250 to 250. Now you should see your thing teleporting around over here. And we're gonna do it every time it's gonna create a snowflake. Create a clone. Now when it starts as a snowflake, it's gonna go down with the glide and glide down to -180 and to its original X position. And now we don't want all snowflakes to glide down at the same pace. This is what it'll look like. So let's use a pick random. Pick random from 0.1 to 5. Put it in. Now let's see if we can notice any errors. The snowflakes look about right, but what's happening on the bottom is that all the snowflakes are gathering. We need some way to get rid of them. Well, we can delete a clone. If you have too many clones at one time, your Scratch might glitch. Alright, we finished this game. Please like, share, and subscribe. Bye!